D for dimension, 10 by 10, B for block, DYN, select objects, which is important if you want to make it into a block. Base point, pick a base point. Let's say I want to pick the midpoint. I want to have my block editor selected, hit OK. So we're going to try to do is add a stretch quality to our not so dynamic block right now. So it's a square, and every time you insert it, it's going to be a square. And now we want to add some fancy stuff to it, so it is kind of dynamic now. So go to, you should be able to see this. If you're not able to see this, click on authoring palettes right here, and that's what helps us add dynamic properties. If you wanted to change the base point of an object, you could totally do that. Click right here, and I can move the base point elsewhere. And next time I save it, my base point is going to be here. So let's get back to dynamic properties. Click on linear because I want to change the linear properties of this square. So I'm going to just do one for right now. Actions, stretch, select the parameter, association point, and the stretch frame. And select the object. You might be wondering, why did she just select this part of the stretch frame? If you selected the entire object, instead of stretching it, it's just going to move that entire object and not stretching it at all. So now I've added it. I can test my block too. But before I do that, what I'm going to do is, I don't want the object to stretch at random numbers. It's at 10 by 10. I want the numbers to be like, I want to have increments, a proper increment for this object. So now I'm going to select the parameter, go to the properties of the parameter, and then you're going to scroll down until you see value set, and then you click on list, and then you click on the option right next to it. You're going to change numbers. Let's say I want to do increments of 5, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, so once you're done with that, hit OK. Now you see these are the increments. I'm going to close block editor and see if these changes are going to reflect in my DYN block. So once you have that, let's click on the block and see how that works. And if you see, our base point has moved as well. So if you like this, you can leave it at this. Okay, so we can be done, or we can go to block editor again and add dynamic properties to the other side of our object, because our square has two sides, right? So go back to parameters. If I wanted to do the vertical side, how do I do that? So I've gotten this. Go back to action, stretch, select the parameter. I'm going to associate here. It's asking more for stretch frame, and this time you're going to do this because that's what's going to make the object move in that direction. And select the object, hit enter. Now, what we're going to do is go to this, go back to the properties, and I'm going to find value set, do list, and add my increments that I wanted. Let's say in this case, I just want increments of 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50. Add, and then hit OK. Close block editor, and let's see if these changes are going to be reflected. So let's see, my block can move the way I want it. You can make it as big as you want. So now this is done. If I want to insert it, I enter for insert, and you should be able to find the most recent block that you created. Double click, click. You've got your object inserted. If you have this checked, then you can place it wherever you want. I can close this box out as it slows down my computer. You can extend it as much as you want. So, but it's only going to go as far as 50 because that's the number I've set. So hopefully this video is helpful just to play around with blocks, and I will see you all later. Have a wonderful day.